What's up? What's up? It's your boy 3-2, man, and we are back with another one, man. Kingdom Talk, yes sir, I said it. Kingdom Talk. So we are back with another episode. In this episode, I'm gonna sit here and talk to you about God, man. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us, we go through life, right? You know what I'm saying? We get knocked around a couple times, life slap us up, beat us around. You know what I'm saying? We get washed away in the wind, the rain come and pour down on us, the thunder rain on our sunny parade, the lightning, you know, scares and all that. Like we go through all these different things in life, all these tribulations, all these trials, all these things that test us and can sometimes be perceived as beating us down or breaking us down, or as we like to say, life be life. You know what I'm saying? When life get to life, and I think we sometimes forget, like, but God. We sometimes forget God. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very easy to praise God when everything is going good. It's very easy to praise God when you know what I'm saying, you're getting your blessings. But when you're going through that tough time, you know what I'm saying, what I realized was, especially for me, like, I ain't looking at God. I start turning to myself. I start looking for me for the answers. And I want to speak to that because I think in this last season, that was my lesson. That was my true lesson. You know, I truly had to go through that, right? But before I even get into my last season, let's go from the beginning, because again, I think sometimes we forget how much God has done for us throughout the years, that we can sometimes become ungrateful. We can sometimes lack the gratitude necessary to even, it's just not suffice, man. The gratitude is just not suffice. It's not at the level it should be, just considering everything that he's done for you. You know what I'm saying? So like, we did the video telling you basically our whole entire life, right? From childhood all the way up to where we were now. Looking at that, God blessed me with gifts. I was smart from the get-go. School came easy, breezy, nice. God had his hand on me from birth. I don't know what I do know. I know my grandmas, both of them on both sides, pray like nobody's business, I'm sure, because God touched me and I was anointed from the jump. From the jump. Blessed beyond blessed. From the jump. Gifted beyond gifted. From the jump. And I'm not here to toot my own horn. I'm tooting God's horn. This is all glory to God. When I say he made me so authentic, bro. When I say he made me so unique, bro. Like, legit, like, honor roll, like, I didn't, it's kind of hard to say it without sounding like I'm bragging, but when I say, like, it was just easy. Like, I didn't study for nothing in elementary. In middle school, I coasted and still never got a D. I never studied. I might have did some flashcards once or twice for the social studies class, but that's about it. I did homework when I felt like it. I was mostly chasing girls, but God, he blessed me with this ability that I caught on so quick, man. I could give me 2 classes. I'm in there. I'm good. I'll be ready for the test. You gonna give me enough examples to where I could just translate. Athletically, I didn't practice. I didn't like practice. I didn't want to go to practice. Just, where's the game? Where's the game? That's all I'm here for. Like, I was just gifted and blessed athletically, though. I didn't have to try. Even when I got to high school, I coasted. I could have been a top player easily, and all my coaches probably look at me as a big disappointment, because I never applied myself. Because I depended solely on my athletic ability. It was a guy named PJ, man. When I say PJ, probably the most solid, hardworking player ever. Like, he had that, if you know Inky Johnson, he had that Inky Johnson work ethic, right? It's just the timing in which everything came together, just it didn't work out for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had put all of that together, and it came together, his work ethic with his athletic ability, boy, when I say PJ would have been a monster, he would have been a monster. He was like Tim Duncan with the front. He would have been a monster, right? He was blessed with that work ethic. You know what I'm saying? God blessed him with that work ethic. God blessed him with his athletic ability, right? He knew that if he gave me both, then what would I would have needed? I needed to work for something, right? You know what I'm saying? So, back on topic, I was just blessed early on, right? Then you get past, you know what I'm saying? You get past the blessings, you know what I'm saying? God allowed me to truly take up experiences in life. You know what I'm saying? At first I used to think like, man, why is my life so different from everybody else's? Like, I experienced this, you know what I'm saying, before I even got to kindergarten, and I'm not an adult. I don't really know how to process this. I don't know all this at the time, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just looking in hindsight, like, you experience this at 6 years, before you even 6 years old, before you start kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get to kindergarten, it's Monday through Friday with a whole nother person. It becomes familiar to you. You get all of these, you know what I'm saying, negative thoughts, all of these negative things happen because of those moments. And it's like, okay, you went through all of that torment. Then God allows you to fall deep into it, right? You become obsessive, you become addicted to the pleasure that it has, and that spins off from attention. You know what I'm saying? That bursts, you know what I'm saying, is this need for attention, this need to be popular, this need to be seen, this need to have your validation through external factors. It all came from that, because it was an external factor that gave me the pleasure. So I thought that the world would give me my validation. I had never known self-pleasure, so I didn't know about self-validation. So God, He allowed me to experience all of that. He allowed me to go through that tormenting. He allowed me to let it all unfold, let it all unravel. He allowed me to go through the failed relationships because I couldn't tame, I couldn't be disciplined, I couldn't restrain myself sexually. You know what I mean? Girlfriends I had that I really, really liked. I got a big heart. You know, I'm a player. Don't get me wrong, I'm a player. But I think the player, again, came from that experience, and then all of the spin-offs from that experience. I was like a 50 Cent series. It was Power, the Book of Ghosts, the Book of Reek, the Book of Tommy, the Book of Canaan. Like, it was. I had spin-offs for days. That one little thing just it kept spinning off things, and it came my insecurities and things like that. He allowed me to experience all of that, not to hurt me. I thought it was in the beginning, bro. I thought it was hurting me, bro. Like, I'm just collecting all these negative experience over the years. Like, yeah, my life is good, but dang, I don't want all this negative. Like, dang, I feel like, sheesh. You could dial it down and knock on the good if I could dial it down and knock on the bad too. God allowed me to go through those things so that I could learn how to then do this. Create programs, create platforms in which I could teach and coach you guys, have talks with you guys so I can get it out there for y'all to take notes and learn from. Yeah, it's entertaining to hear how I bump my head, don't get me wrong. I laugh a lot in my life because it's very entertaining. I say, man, if it was cameras on me all day 24/7, bro, that's a blockbuster movie. Easy. An average Monday that's a laugher right there. So I know I live a very funny, entertaining life. But in this fun and in this entertaining life that I live, there's a lot of truth and a lot of lessons to be learned, a lot of value in the stories that I can tell you, in my experiences. Because I experienced, because I seen them hand on, because I dealt with them, because I've healed from them, because I began to learn from them, because I took the time to actually be accountable to those situations and those experiences. I can tell you how I got up out of them. I can tell you how to avoid them. I can tell you how I feel in them in the first place. God gave me all of this. God allowed all of this. God blessed me with that situation. He blessed me with every experience that I went through. So I get to middle school and I'm wilding out. In elementary, you know what I'm saying? I'm girlfriend crazy. I got a bunch of girlfriends. kissing and touching, you know what I'm saying? Nothing major. I mean, of course, we're in elementary, so it's major, but nothing major on the scale of what I've been doing Monday through Friday when I get home or before I go to school every day. So what? Man, that ain't nothing. That's light work.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I get to middle school, I go off the charts. I go off the charts. It only take me a little minute, you know what I'm saying? By the time I get my first girlfriend, we getting the bus cracking. We on the bus trying anything. We planning for everything. Then, as I graduating grades, I go from 6th grade to 7th grade, I'm graduating in what I'm willing to try. I'm graduating in what I'm willing to lose and risk. It ain't just the bus no more. It's the school grounds. It's the bathrooms. It's the locker rooms. It's the hallways. It's behind the stairs. I'm in middle school. What am I doing? If I get caught, what are the repercussions? I'm not thinking of them because I don't care. It's not on my mind. I just care about what I'm after. When I say I've gotten in trouble in every way you can in school, I was playing for the basketball team on an after school bus. One of the bus drivers caught me and my little girlfriend kissing and being fast. I could have got suspended off the after school bus, but he chose to suspend her and keep me on the team so I could keep practicing. But God. Because if I was, to have to go home every day instead of go to practice and feel like I was blending in, that was gonna hurt my pride even more. It's gonna hurt me even more, right? Okay, cool. And not to mention what I would have led me getting into every day after school for that time that I was supposed to be at practice. Then I almost get caught in the bathroom one time. This is my 8th grade year. I could have been expelled. Think about not going to 9th grade, not getting into school because I got this on my record. Being caught in between classes on bathroom breaks. I'm wildin', you know what I'm saying? But he allowed me to have your fun. Yeah. I got you. Don't worry about it. You gonna find out. And so I get to the point where it's 8th grade. I done dodged all the bullets. Mr. Finesse. Mr. Finesse. Mr. Finesse. Like, what? Come on, I done finessed everything. What? All the teachers think I'm good gravy. Everybody in there, all my classmates and peers know, man, this man is not that. He is not that. No, he is not that. Mr. Finesse. Mr. Finesse. So in my mind, in my little middle school mind, I done got over on everybody, bro. I done did what I wanted. I done ran this. I'm finna go off to high school and do the same thing. Ain't nothing but a check count line. Yeah, okay. And these girls, they should be on it. They should be on it. We ain't shy no more. Okay, yeah. This is my type of environmental.
Stop it. Get some help.
So, I'm applying for all the schools that's jumping, but what I'm saying, still gonna push me. So, career academies, so that ain't magnet schools, right? I bet. So, I'm proposing these to my people. Wrong answer, no. They was cool with CA, so they wouldn't rock me. They wouldn't have it. I'm like, I bet. So it was really just CA for real. I did apply to Gateway, I got in or whatever, but it was really just CA. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sold, bro. And my best friend, we got in, we finna go. Then God said, you know what? That ain't you. I'm happy that you happy about it, and I'm happy that you got in, but that ain't you. And he said, look, let me throw a wrinkle in there. Just quick little whip. You know what I'm saying? Put a little wrinkle in it. And I'm playing my 14-year-old, this 8th grade, my 14-year-old championship games, JFL still. It's the last year you can play JFL. And when the championship game, we made it, you know, and we playing my best friend, who I got into CA with. So this is our last little hurrah against each other before we on the same team, probably in the same backfield. Like, it's finna get lit, dog. We lose, yeah. They win, yeah. They coach invited me to a tour that they got with SLU. I never heard of SLU a day in my life. Don't know what this is. I actually played. The funny thing is, I played baseball with a guy who went to SLU. Did not know that he went to SLU. He was a year older than me in football. We used to scrimmage against him in football, but I did not know he went to SLU. But when I say I get to the tour, campus immaculate. I'm talking about, God knew what he was doing. He blew me away right there. Like, what? This is a high school? Y'all sure? Like, y'all had me pull up and y'all walked me through the sports wing first. We went, we see if you know SLU, they took me through the Science Center drive-through, right? So you go down to the sign, you turn into the junction, you make that left on the Science Center. This is where we came from, Oakland. From Kings Highway on Oakland. Boom, you make that left into the Science and you go down, you see the soccer, baseball complex, right? The stadium. Boom. Alright, we booked the left, but we stopped right there. But we know we parked into the Science Center parking lot. They validated us. So we stopped at the baseball field first. We look at the track and the soccer field. Then we go look at the football stadium. You know what I'm saying? Then we head up to the basketball field house. Then we cross over through the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Bet. All right, cool. So it's lit. It's lit. We get upstairs, whatever. When we stop off in the highway where they do like the little science wing. It's like, I think the I side of M's, you know what I'm saying? M220 something, you know what I'm saying? 223, something like that. Did a little presentation. I love it. I'm sold. School class big as ever, you know what I'm saying? He gets to the price, my family can afford that. Nope. I check out. I was sold before he started talking about price. I check out. My people say they ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the tour though. It was cool. They got a water. I'm done. We good here. We wrap this up. This next slide wasn't about what you can afford. It's about, you know what I'm saying, who you are. I'm alright. That sounds cliche. That's cool. But you know what I'm saying? Money talk, I know, but BS walk, right? So I'm like, alright. So I tell my people, you know, about it. They excited. You know what I'm saying? It's private school. Now I can see they anxious about that dollar tag, but they excited that I'm excited and that the opportunity is what it is. I don't see the opportunity at this time. I'm like, you know, I mean, it's cool. Might go there. Jay Bird trying to get in with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, they already said they got a nice little squad. We coming through, we running. I'm thinking, bro, we are, me, Mike, and Jay Bird, we done played baseball together. We done grew up around. So I'm like, but that's an instant jail, bro. We finna go crazy. Man, we go through the application process. I'm the only one to get in. It was about 5 of us. It was 4 of them from City Rick on the squad. And I was the only person on the opposing team from the championship game that was there. And the only person that wasn't a part of the squad that was there. There was 5 of us. 4 others, and I was the only outsider to get invited. I was the only one to get accepted. But God, talk about an opportunity that wasn't even for me. Wasn't even for me, bro. That's like inviting your friend, your best friend out, right? You got this girl at work that you really like, or this girl at school, whatever the case may be, right? You got this girl you really like. She said, I'm gonna bring my friend, you know what I'm saying? You bring your friend and y'all gonna hang out, right? And your mans walk off with your girl. They click better than you and she want him. You know, that's how I felt like I would have felt in that situation if I was them, because he wasn't even supposed to be a part of this. I wasn't even supposed to be a part. How did I get it? How did I get this? But God, right? So then I get to SLU, and even though I got this new opportunity, this new blessing, I'm still operating on old information. old tactics, old habits. So my first year, I spent trying to buck the system and make it mine still. Sophomore year, I adjusted a little bit more, but you know what I'm saying, I started dealing with some personal things where it's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna focus on football. So I got really football blindsided sophomore year. Like I had my blinders on. It was nothing but football. I didn't care. I'm taking this as far as I can take it. Ain't nobody gonna take it away from me. I get a little girlfriend, and then it's like, well, all I got is football and this girl, so this is all I'm gonna focus on. I mean, I know my family there, but shoot, family ain't necessarily always feeling like home these days. So I'm just it's me and this girl. And God says, you know what? You forgot somebody in this equation because you always got me. So let me help you out one time. So he took the girl away from me. I got suspended from the football team my junior year. He took that away from me. Then I got injured again right after that. No, I got injured first, then I got suspended. So it was like back to back, but he kept taking stuff from me. But then after that, he said, let me introduce you to some more options because you really only see yourself as a very limited, very worthless person. Let me show you where your value is. Let me show you who you really are, because you don't have an identity outside of what somebody else tell you. And you shouldn't be waiting on somebody to tell you who you are when you are mine. So God said, you know what, man, let me help you out, gang. He threw me a familiar face in my freshman football team, my running back coach. And he introduced me to this accounting program for minorities. And God knew I loved numbers, and you know what I'm saying, he got me in the room. I was like, oh, okay, this is easy, this is something I could do. And you know what started out as a way to make more money than my parents, because they was coming out making $80K as an accountant from college. And you know what I'm saying, I seen my mama, you know, tax return. I seen my dad tax return while I was in high school. It wasn't $80K. So I'm like, oh yeah, bro, this is my path. I can do this. I can achieve this. I know I can do this. This is what I want. This is gonna change. And I started getting my identity together when I started going to this program, because I started figuring out, hey, look, if I pursue things that I actually like versus things that I think people will like me for, I'll get more fulfillment out of it. And here's the proof. So I started pursuing it, and then that, my tenacity, my interest, my devotion to that program led my freshman running back coach to introduce me to the CFO at SLU. And then that led to a whole new relationship, an intern mentor type deal. And he took me up under his wing, Mr. Comos, and from there, with the rest was history. Mr. Comos painted a very vivid picture of who I could be outside of football. He gave me an identity that I can shape and mold to my own liking and understanding. And even still to this day, I didn't see myself, you know what I'm saying, back then, I didn't see myself outside of football. He gave me the next 35 years of my life outside of football. It didn't include football, other than getting to college with football. He gave me an identity and a purpose, something to shoot for, something to strive for, outside of what I was used to striving for and shooting for. Man, that felt so wonderful and so beautiful, so great. You just don't understand. And then, you know what I'm saying, from there, like, he just kept building me up, you know what I'm saying. He stayed with me my senior year, you know what I'm saying. I stayed under him my senior year, even my freshman year in college. He checked in, and I came back in the summer and worked for him. He became like that father figure that, you know what I'm saying, was not so accessible, but was always there and around. You know what I'm saying? He was that school father. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got y'all work husbands and work wives. I had a school father. You know what I'm saying? He was literally like, when I went to school, like, I knew I was good. I knew I could I knew I could come talk to him about whatever I had going on. I knew he was going to set me straight. He was going to give me some real advice. It wasn't going to be sugar-coated. It wasn't going to be biased. And he was going to try to give it to me in the best way possible. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was a Caucasian man, he was going to give it to me the best way he could, with the compassion of a father and a dad. You know what I'm saying? Not just a mentor, or, you know what I'm saying? He looked at me like he looked at his son and gave me advice like he would to his son. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make decisions for me. He didn't try to force me anything. Like, it was real life. I just want to guide you with compassion, man. I just want to show you that somebody cared for you. I just want to show you that somebody in your corner, man. I know life hard right now, but I got you. And that's what he gave me, bro. He gave me a safe space. And it was nothing but God, because when I said I needed it, bro, I needed it. I was on the verge of spiraling out between my junior and senior year. You know what I'm saying? But again, so I graduate SLU. I move on. I have a great freshman year. Grade wise, I finished with like a 3.6, 3.7. My second semester right after spring break, though, I did find out I was gonna become a dad, which rocks my world. But those effects didn't come until I got back to school sophomore year for college, and that's when everything kind of hit. And it was mostly because, again, God had allowed me to do what I needed to do, and then when he showed me what was right, when he showed me, hey, look, chase your own path, chase your own identity, figure out who you are, become the best version of you. I started doing that from the end of junior year, second semester junior year, all the way through freshman year, really. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until like the reality of what I was finna face hit me sophomore year that things started tumbling. I started changing. I stopped walking in that same path and those same footsteps. I changed roads. I went from, you know what I'm saying, doing what I knew was working, doing what I knew was fulfilling, to relying solely on what I thought. Relying solely on my past experiences and the knowledge that I gained from my past experiences. Forget this new thing that I'm trying. I don't know if I could do that right now. I gotta go back to what I know. And that proved detrimental. My grades slipped. I ended up quitting the football team. I had the worst academic year of my life. I was stressed. I ended up being depressed. I stopped going to class. Like, man, I'm talking, everything crumbled. Everything crumbled. And I ended up, you know what I'm saying, I finished, I completed the year. I didn't quit school. I completed the year. But after that sophomore year, I went back home, you know what I'm saying? And I tried to do the whole family thing. My daughter was born second semester of December, so in between first and second semester of my sophomore year. And that was really like my only peace. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed again, but God, he gave me a month, you know what I'm saying, of being at home with my daughter. So I got to see my daughter turn 1 month, you know what I'm saying, from the day that she was born before I went back to school. And that was a blessing for me, you know what I'm saying, because I needed that time and that peace, that tranquility, you know what I'm saying, that calm that she brought to my life. I needed that. So I'm back home now, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to do the family thing, and immediately it proves toxic. It proves to be an uphill battle. Me and my child's mother were constantly fighting, and that just persists. You know what I'm saying? I had plans to go to the National Guard, and that falls through. So now, you know what I'm saying, 2 out of the 3 plans that I came back for are falling through. I came back to get a full-time job and be able to help. I mean, yes, I got a full-time job, but it ain't really helping, so I'm halfway there, but I ain't all the way there. I came back to be a family man and make this thing work because I didn't want to repeat the same cycle me and my dad went through. Well, me and her was rocky and toxic as ever, so that was an X.
2 strikes, you gotta be careful. Schubert family can steal.
And then I came back, you know what I'm saying, I gave up school in that path to do the National Guard so I can quickly get to the money, be able to go back to school and do all the other things. That fell through. My paperwork magically disappeared out the system the day I was supposed to swear in. How? Your guess is as good as mine, but God, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But God, I'm not mad at it because God had other plans. God had other plans. God had other plans. You want to make God laugh? Tell me yours. You feel me? So, anyways, back on topic. So now I'm at a point now where I'm really, like, if I wasn't depressed before I came home, I'm depressed now. Nothing is going according to plan. I already done, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I let down all of my family. They were super excited with me going off to college. They were super excited. I was doing so great. And then, like, things just started happening sophomore year, and it was like, I know it was just like, whoa, you done with the football team? Whoa, what you mean grades ain't, whoa, what you mean you done with school? You coming home? It was just like so much, like I just know, like I feel like I let all of them down, man. I'm like, man, they was so happy, man, on my graduation send off, and I'm not gonna do none of this. So like I fell into a nice little depression. I was trying to clock my own way out of it. I wasn't looking at God. I wasn't looking God's way. I was just me, man. I'm gonna figure this out myself. And for 7 years I struggled. From 2017 when I left college all the way to 2023, I struggled. Yes, there was some ups, you know what I'm saying, from 2019 when I got into ET, you know, God said, you know what, son, You taking L's. I feel for you. You know what I'm saying? It was one particular moment here when like me and my child's mother, we like it was done. Like, you know, we tried the on and off thing even after I moved out, but we were done at one point. I cried. I was broken hearted. And God said, you know, I got you, man. And he gave me a job where I could sit down and listen to some motivation. I got ET. And you know what I'm saying? He made me more in tune in the world, what I was already involved in. And I hooked in with Nano. Now I started reading books. Then I moved in 2020 with my goddad in the basement. Then in 2021, you know what I'm saying, I'm more involved with this group and they're doing self-development and I'm reading more books. And then I move out in 2023 and I'm in the best momentum I've ever been in, right? I meet my wife and we started dating. She introduces me to church. I'm back praying. I'm back going to church. I got God at the center of my life. Boom. Everything is falling into place. We end up losing our child and God said, I want you to be able to still seek me in the darkest moments. And that was my lesson. And when I got the lesson down, He blessed me with another child. So what we gonna say again? But God. Oh man, keep your thoughts, man. It's 3-2. They don't get no authentic than this. It's your boy, I'm out.
All the way up like caffeine. It's not that important if you gotta force it like it's the vaccine. Don't ask what God I worship, I don't even know what that mean. The devil can't trick me with his treats, I don't even like Halloween. Acing all of my assignments, I need a perfect grade. I used to be in and out of alignment, yeah, I was swerving lanes. The storms be making me wiser though. The enemy try to insert the rain, but he don't know God is beside me though, even through all of the hurricanes.
Okay, that's it right there.